with you because I'm here with exactly one message. When you work and play by the rules, the government shouldn't throw you under the trucks you drive. That's our message. The men and women in the Central States Pension Fund played by the rules. But now, over 250,000 pension holders are facing a nightmare. Their futures are on the chopping block. It isn't fair, it isn't right, and we're here to fight back. That's what we're here for. Let's figure out how we got here. Thanks to Washington bailouts, Wall Street is once again flying high. Corporate profits are up. The stock market is soaring. But the real victims of the financial crash, the millions of workers who lost their jobs, lost their homes, lost their retirement savings because of Wall Street's reckless greed, those victims haven't bounced back. Many of them, are still in trouble. And now, the hard-earned pensions of 270,000 of Wall Street's victims are on the chopping block. All right. Look, there are a lot of reasons that Central States Fund is in trouble. Over the past few decades, the trucking industry was deregulated, workers have gotten older, technology has changed delivering to make it more efficient. There have been 2 major recessions. There are plenty of places to point a finger. But one fact is beyond dispute. The men and women in this pension fund would be a whole lot better off today if Wall Street hadn't made the reckless bets that tanked our economy. The crash of 2008 cost Central States pension funds $11 billion. Now let's be clear. You didn't lose $11 billion in Central States pension funds. Wall Street did. The Central States story is ugly. Goldman Sachs and Northern Trust were in charge of managing Central States funds and making investment decisions to protect the fund's assets. But instead of doing what was best for workers like you, these big financial institutions invested workers' savings in junk bonds and mortgage bonds issued by firms whose names would fill a hall of shame. Bear Stearns, Countrywide, IndyMac, Lehman Brothers. The crash of 2008 hit Central States like a shiv in the ribs. 15 months between 2008 and 2009, pension assets managed by Goldman Sachs and Northern Trust dropped by 42%. 42% in 15 months. That is more than twice the losses of other multi-employer pension plans. And you know what adds insult to injury? The part that really twists the knife, from 2005 to 2009, Goldman Sachs and Northern Trust charged Central States $41 million for wrecking the pension fund. And what did the banking regulators who were supposed to be watching out for American workers do? Couldn't hear it, couldn't see it. Wall Street destroyed $7 trillion in housing wealth. It killed 8.5 million American jobs. It gutted hundreds of pension funds like Central States, leaving millions of retirees hung out to dry. Now this Congress, jumped in to help Wall Street. The bankers got a $700 billion bailout. And what did millions of homeowners get? What did workers get? What did retirees get? They got stuck with the bill. And now today, on this day, the bill comes due. 7 years later, the 270,000 workers who depend on Central States Pension Fund, the 270,000 workers who got the short end of the stick in the big bank bailout, need our help, and we're here to demand it. That's what we're here for. That's right. So we're here to deliver a message that Congress can hear, a message that the Treasury can hear. We're here to deliver it and deliver it loud. Did the truck drivers crash our economy? No. Did the dock workers crash our economy? No. Did the warehouse workers crash our economy? No. Did the retirees crash our economy? No. Did the widows and families crash our economy? No. And should the workers pay the price one more time for Wall Street's greed? No. Say it again. It's time that we live our values. And that means Treasury must reject these cuts and reject them today. So say it with me. No cuts. 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 The men and women who depend on Central States Pension Fund spent their whole lives driving from coast to coast, delivering the goods to keep our economy running. They helped build this country. You, every one of you, built America and built America's middle class. This is a fight for Central States, but make no mistake, this is a fight for America. A fight for America. And let's be clear, when we stand together, when we make our voices heard, when we are shoulder to shoulder across this lawn and across this country, then we will make this government listen to us and we will win. Protect Central States.